thousands of us Canadians who are growers, concentrate makers, edible makers. We are this industry. This Canadian Cannabis Act, Bill C-45, is more prison for pot. And I stand here as a Canadian cannabis activist for 18 years in this country. And I stand here because I spoke out against prison for pot, for a victimless crime, for wasting taxpayers' dollars, for clogging courts, for ruining lives and wasting police resources. This Canadian Cannabis Act, Bill C-45, does more. I know you guys have heard you can grow these 4 plants and they have to be under 100 centimeters high. The act also specifies in Section 7 about inspections. And Kerry Jang here in Vancouver said if you were going to grow legal 4 plants, you will have to get them licensed. They propose you can grow these 4 plants. They propose that you have to be licensed, you'll have to pay a fee, and you will have to agree to inspectors to come and show you your documents to prove that you have the large producer weed. It does sound insane, because how can they possibly enforce all of this? My bottom line is there will be a group going around enforcing this. That's not my legalization. We are a $7 billion a year industry. I asked to a lot of people coming down this street today marching that wasn't giving us much respect because we were stopping their day for a half of an hour. I remind everybody that doesn't smoke marijuana, you are all infected. Every time they cut your schools, every time they cut your hospitals, child care, old age, homeless. Why? Because they spend right now $2.4 billion of your money to enforce the laws against a plant for a victimless crime.
Our street.
Bill C-45 is more enforcement, more monitoring, more surveillance, more prevention, and more enforcement. And I, as a Canadian cannabis activist, see more clogged courts, more wasted taxpayers' dollars, more ruined lives. That is not my legalization.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to know that the devil is in the details. The mainstream media does not do a very good job of telling you the whole truth. You need to be armed with these facts. And I welcome everybody to tune into my show. I'm Big 100 show tomorrow. YouTube, One Man Smoke Show. I'm Freddie Pritchard, and I hope you approve of my message. And I also would advocate everybody search Google Cannabis Act Bill C-45. Read it. I do have one more thing to say. On the front of the changes that they propose to the Impaired Driving Act, along with the proposal of the 5 nanograms in your saliva. Anybody that smokes a joint today is in your saliva for 24 to 72 hours. If you are chronic and you dab and you like concentrates, it's in your saliva for a week. The proposed changes to the act, where a cop pulls you over for drinking, he has to suspect you've been drinking by the smell. You have to have told him that you were drinking, or it was very obvious. He has to suspect. Say to that is because if that's the case, there could be a lot of my brothers and sisters getting fines, getting towed vehicles, getting impound fees, getting lost licenses, lost jobs, and when you go down to get your insurance, you're now convicted of drug driving. This bill does that too. I just want everybody to know to be informed. Don't listen to your mainstream media. Listen to your Canadian cannabis activists who are out there telling you the truth and been working very hard to bring the truth to you. Free the weed!
Free the weed!